Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Jen Ngumalo. If you enjoy my content and you find value in my channel, please make sure that you join us by clicking that red subscribe button on the bottom, and also don't forget to smash that like button because it does go a long way when it comes to the algorithm. And I really appreciate you guys. You've just been showing up, been engaging, even though you do notice that it takes time for me to get through all of the comments, but eventually I do. But do know that I read them as they are coming in. I may not respond because I'm busy at work. I'm busy with being things here in the house. I'm just busy with other things, but I do read. I do read them because they put a smile in my face. Whenever you guys write something, you put a smile in my face. Many of you guys have been complimenting my new look, especially my hair. My hair is growing very quickly. And I think it's because I've been taking biotin for nails and hair. So I know many of you guys have been complimenting my hair, and I've been reading those comments. I'm just like, oh, thank you guys. You're so sweet, you know? And so please do know that I appreciate each and every one of you for just engaging, liking, commenting. I appreciate it, for sharing also in Instagram, even though some of you guys, I find the stories late because I'm never on Instagram, you guys. Like, as much as I am a person that creates on social media, but I'm never on the social media platforms. As much as I post here on YouTube, I'm hardly here on YouTube. Yes, I watch a lot of content, but there's a time and place for it. I'm hardly present on social media, engaging and doing things. And that does affect my social media growth a lot, especially when it comes to Instagram. TikTok has been growing like it hasn't stopped. We're on 25,000 subscribers and we're going to quickly hit 26,000. But when it comes to Instagram, it is just dead right now. And it's because I'm hardly there. But do know that I want to engage with you. I want to share those stories that you have posted. I want to, but sometimes I cannot get to. It doesn't mean that it's not important. It's just mean that right at that moment in time, I just was not on Instagram, and thus some of those things they pass me, or I may see your DM later, which is why I also want to encourage you that if you want to reach out to me like quicker, go to my emails. And better way, if you need any sort of service, go through my website. It is always linked on the description box. My website is the best place for that. That is where I post everything when it comes to my services. And then if I take longer for me to respond on your emails, please bear with me. It is a lot. It is a lot juggling all these things. I think any of you guys who are juggling a lot of things, you understand that you may say you want to multitask, but there comes a time, there's a helicopter. There comes a time whereby juggling all of these things is not as smooth as you may like. So on today's video, let's get into today's video. Oh, also, thank you for 20,000 subscribers. Thank you for 20,000 subscribers. I really do believe that we are going to hit the goal of 50,000 subscribers this year. And as I shared on one of the videos, I said that in May is going to be the month of giving for me. It is my birthday month, and I like to, as much as I like to receive, but I also want to give, and I want to give to you guys. Ooh, that just turned very yellow, very yellow. The sun went in and out. I'm filming this very late, and I think it wasn't a good idea. So the month of May is going to be a giving month for me, meaning that each and every time I drop a video, I'm going to be giving away money. And I want to do money. I don't want to do anything where I have to post it, I have to courier it. I do not have the time. I do not have the time. And so the better way for me to do this is to just give money. And it's perfect because my channel is mostly about money. There are a lot of you guys who are in your debt-free journeys, who are trying to save, who are trying to do things. And I know that that money that you can win is going to play a role. Now, the way that I'm going to be doing my giveaway is going to be different. And I'm going to explain this closer to when we start May. Ne? It's going to be different. And the reason why it's going to be different is because I want to I want to honestly show appreciation to the people that constantly watch my videos and engage. I know that there are many of you guys who watch my videos and sometimes you are unable to comment. That's also the same thing with me. I watch a lot of content creators, but I don't get to comment on each and every one of them. However, for the fact that there are people who are able to just take the time to comment and engage with my content, and not in a matter of praising me, because that is not what I want, but when people take the time to share their journeys, to say, yo, this month I was able to do this, or this time around I was able to do this, or your content has just helped me to achieve 1, 2, and 3, or to be able to do 1, 2, and 3. Those are the type of comments that I'm going to be looking for. Those are the type of comments that I'm going to be focusing on when it comes to selecting someone that I'm going to be giving away money to in that week or for that particular video. So I'll sit down, look at the comments, and then I'll decide who am I giving it to. It's not going to be a type of giveaway whereby you have to enter, because I don't want to do that, because the moment you say it's a giveaway and people have to enter, there's a lot of people that end up entering the giveaway, but you know very well that they're just there for the benefits of the giveaway, but they haven't really been there. And so for these giveaways, I really want to hone in on the people that have been there, even though I know that some of you guys do not comment because you watch on the TVs or you watch while you are busy, but you do show up. I do want to encourage you that during the month of May, take the time to comment so that you stand a chance of winning the giveaway, because I'm only going to be choosing based on comments, because that is where I'm going to be able to see the person. That is where I'm going to be able to identify that, oh, okay, it's this person is really engaged, and so that's what's going to be happening in May. So what I want to do going forward right now, I'm going to start a series called Wealthy Wellness and Life Diaries. Wealthy Wellness and Life Diaries. So where I'm going to be sharing things regarding money, how to get better with money, how to fix our relationship with money, all those things pertaining to money. Ne? And if you've noticed, many of my videos recently have just been on that. Ne? Just how do we improve our finances? And so I'm just going to be calling it a Wealthy Wellness and Life Diaries. And then there's also a part where I share my monthly resets. I share what I'm doing in my life, how I'm managing my finances. That is where now I'm bringing in my life. I'm also bringing in my own insights when it comes to just building your money and working on achieving wealth. And then I'm putting it together into a series. And so you will notice that many of my videos will have that element of wealthy wellness and life diaries. I'm just going to be documenting with you guys. I'm going to be sharing with you guys some topics that I feel like are going to be useful as well. Which brings me to the topic of this video. On today's video, we are going to be talking about how to rebuild your relationship with money. What are things that you need to be mindful of, or things that you need to do when you're trying to build your relationship with money? I do want to mention this when I begin, that this is not financial advice. My videos do not constitute as financial advice. They're just me sharing my own knowledge, my experience, my journeys, with hopes that it sparks or encourages you to just keep going in your financial journey. Because I know that if you watch and appreciate my videos, that means that you are also in your financial journey, in a journey of improving your finances, in a journey of just working on your finances. And my video serves as their accountability partner, as a reminder to keep going. And so do know that when I post my videos, I talk about them and talk about money, it is to share, to inspire, and to encourage you to keep going. It is not to advise you how to take care or how to manage your money or where to invest your money. With that being said, let us get into it. So the first point is, forgive yourself for the past mistakes that you have made with money. We have made many mistakes in life. As we have grown, we have done things that when we look at, we just like, I'm so ashamed. Why did you do that? We question ourselves. We ask ourselves, where was our mind when we did that? That was the worst decision. How can you even think of taking that decision? How did you even go through it? How did you even go through with it? We're looking at it now as our older selves, and we are questioning those things. But I want you to understand that you took those decisions during those times because they felt right to you during that time. They were sound to you during that time. And if you think about it, in majority of the time, the actions that we take in our present moment, they are dependent on who we are in that present moment, the knowledge that we have in that present moment, and thus they influence the decisions that we take. And so when we are taking those decisions, to us in that present moment, it feels, it looks, it sounds okay. It sounds like it is a good decision to make. And so when you're looking at it at hindsight, when you're older, years down the line, you may look at it and say, how did you take that decision? That was not a wise decision. And you may find yourself, regretting those decisions. You may be questioning, why did you take those decisions? What I want to remind you is, if you want to heal your relationship with money, it starts first with forgiving yourself with your past money mistakes that you have taken, and understand that when you took them during that time, they were highly influenced by who you were during that time, and they were okay to take, and they were fine to take those decisions during that time. Just because now you are older and wiser and you know better does not mean that you should look at that person or that version of yourself and feel ashamed of that person or that version of you that took those decisions. You took those decisions because they were making sense during the time. And so please forgive yourself, because once you forgive yourself, then you can start learning from those. You can start learning from there. You can start healing from there. The second thing that I need you to be mindful of is that money flows where it is respected and flows out where it is not respected. What do I mean by that? As much as money is a commodity, it is a tool of trade, what we use to get the things that we want. It allows us, it facilitates the life that we want. Without money, we're unable to get the lives that we want. And so we work every day so that we can get money. And we understand that once we have that money, we can be able to do certain things that will better our lives, that will improve our standard of living and give us a quality of life. So that is the role of money. It is a tool of trade that helps to facilitate the lives that we want. However, it is the type of tool that is reflective of your behavior or you. And so the point I'm trying to make here is that showing respect to money comes across as, when you receive money, sitting down and creating a budget that shows respect. When you have said that this is what I want to do and actually doing it and actioning it, that is showing respect. When you say that this money is for this and allocating it for that and only keeping it and using it for that, that is showing respect to money, because you understand that money is a tool of trade. And thus, if it's a tool of trade, that means that I must approach money in that sense. So you understand that because it is a tool of trade, I have to treat this with respect and understanding that it will only do what I tell it to do. It will only go where I say it must go. And when I do not do that efficiently, it will reflect that. And so it's very important to show respect to money. Sit down and create a budget. Sit down and create a plan for your finances, to say that this is what I aim to do for this period of time. This is what I want you to do for me. That is a sign of respect. Now, this is not a form of praising money, because we do not praise money. We do not worship money. As I said, money is just a tool of trade. But once you understand that this is a true tool of trade, what you do is you make sure that you approach it in a way that this tool works best for you, that this tool is efficient. Have you ever tried to use a certain tool and used it wrong, and then you said, you know what, this thing doesn't work? And when you look back, you start to realize, no, I was using it wrong. I wasn't supposed to do it this way. I wasn't supposed to use it this way. You may buy a phone and then all of a sudden you're trying to use it, and then there are things that, certain functions that are not just working. And then you say, like this thing doesn't work, and you want to shun it away. It is because you are the one who does not understand how to use it. That is why when we buy a phone, we sit down and we try to understand, how does it work? Well, where do I get this? If I want to do this, how do I do that? Whenever we buy a computer, the same thing. We set it up. We make sure that it is effective for us, it is efficient for us. Same thing even when we're buying a machine, like a washing machine. You sit down and you understand, how do I use this? The reason why we do that is because when I get the best out of that. That is you wanting to gain understanding. And so the same thing as money, it is a tool that needs you to understand how it works, so that you can best allocate it, best use it, so that it can serve you. And so I want you to just be mindful that money flows where it is respected, and it flows out where it is not respected. And then the third thing is that money embodies your character, not the other way around. I know that people say money changes people. There is no such thing as money changes people, because your money has no power over us. I just want to emphasize that money has no power over us. We have power over money. And now and how to show you that we have power over money, I want you to look at this. When you think of your finances right now, when you look at your finances right now, what do they look like? What is the state? What is the feeling that you get? Whatever that they look like, whatever feeling that you get whenever you think about your money, whenever you look at your bank account, that is a reflection of you. That is a reflection of your character. That is a reflection of the actions you have taken. It is not a reflection of the money or the character of the money or the action that the money have taken, because money does not do anything. Literally, if you get paid and you let your money sit in your bank account, it will literally just be sitting there until you decide what it must do. And so this thing of telling people or saying to people that money has changed you or money has changed your span, it is because we lack understanding of what money truly is. And so long as we lack understanding of what money truly is, we'll keep making the same mistakes over and over again. And we'll keep having a broken relationship with money. A relationship, and also this type of relationship is different because many relationships that we have, they are mutual. And the reason why they are mutual is because they involve feelings. If you are in a relationship with your partner, it involves feelings. You both have emotions, you both have feelings, and thus you come together and it becomes mutual. When it comes to your friendship, it's the same thing. You've got human beings that have emotions, that can think. But when it comes to money, it's a commodity that has no emotions, that cannot think. And so it can never really be mutual because it will not treat you the way that you treat it, because it has no emotions, it has no sense of cognizance, like it cannot think, it has no mind. However, it reflects what you do. It is a good reflection. If you need a mirror of your actions and the things that you have done when it comes to your finances, look at your money. It will reflect clearly your behavior and your behavior towards it, towards in the way that you live your life, in the way that you carry yourself, in the way that you make your decisions. Money will reflect that. Even when you do not have it, you not having it is a reflection of your behavior. If you're a person that is not working and chooses not to work, you constantly not having money is a reflection of the fact that you choose not to work, and thus there is no money around you, that you do not have money. And so even when the money is there or not there, it will still be a reflection of the decisions that no one else, that you have decided to take. So if you really want to fix your relationship with money, you need to understand what is your character. If you're a person that is a shopaholic, if you're a person that enjoys shopping because it makes you feel good, your money will reflect that. If you're a person that is a planner, like for myself, I'm a planner at heart. As a planner, I see my finances reflecting that. I see my money reflecting that. When I look at my finances and I sit and look at my finances, I'm like, this is a reflection that you are a planner. I am planning for things that are going to happen 10 years, 20 years down the line, 30 years down the line, but I'm already putting things in place. And when I look at my finances, it encompasses the planner in me, even down to the things that are going to happen down in the few months. I'm already planning for those. And so what I want to encourage you to do is, on the things that are good, on the things that you can perceive that these are my strengths. I'm a person that likes planning. I'm a person that is very, like anything that you feel like, okay, this is positive. This is a positive characteristic about me. Hone in into that. Focus more into that, because the more you hone in into that, it will basically cancel off all the other negative things, all the other negative characteristics, and thus making this other one shine. And you'll see that in your finances. Like for me, I love shopping. I really, really do love shopping for certain things. Home things, whatever that I do, I can literally decide now that this is what I want and I'll go and buy it. But because I hone in a lot on my strength, and that is just making sure that I plan, and that reflecting on my finances, I don't feel bad when I have to take 1,000 and go spend it on something, because I know that the planner in me has set me up for the future. It has planned for the unforeseeable. It has planned for things that will happen down the line. It has planned for retirement. It has planned for December that most people is stresses. It has planned for January that it feels very dry for many people. I have planned for that. And thus when I spend 1,000 grand there, 2,000 grand there, I do not feel bad because I understand that I am already covered for most of the things. And thus my negative trade are cancelled off by the positive things because I focus more of my energy and time and my resources on the positive things. And so I just want to encourage you that as much as you are going to be learning about your characteristics, that this is the type of person that I am, but there are also positive ones. Focus on the positive ones. You don't have to cancel out the other things because it is still your personality. But then if you focus more on the positive ones, they will cancel out any other negative thing that you may have as your characteristics. The last point that I want to speak on when it comes to healing your relationship with money is learning how money works. You cannot say that you want to be wealthy, but you're not investing in your financial education. You cannot say that you want financial freedom, but you're not spending time learning how money works so that you can best utilize it, or you can best allow it to do what it needs to do. You cannot do those things so long as you do not understand how money works. And we've spoken about that the fundamentals of money is it being a tool that then facilitates the life that you want. However, you need to use that as a tool. You need to know how to use this tool. And so what are the components that you need to break down when it comes to understanding the money? The first one is you need to know how to make it. And when we say making it, we're not talking about printing the money. You need to know how to get money. You need to know how to receive money. And so this can be in a form of you getting a job and then you are receiving a salary. That is you getting money. It can be in a form of you having a side hustle whereby you are offering some sort of a service or some sort of a product and you are receiving money. That is a way of understanding that this is how I'm gaining money. You can also be in a form of It can be in a form of different ways whereby you provide something. When it comes to it can either be your time, or it can be your service, or it can be a product, and then you receive money. So that's the first thing when it comes to money. When it comes to understanding money, you need to know how to make it. You need to know how to get it. You need to know what are the things that you need to do in order for you to attract more money into your life. Ne? And then the second thing is you need to know how to keep it. And now when it comes to keeping money, I want us to look at it in two different ways, because many times whenever we're talking about keeping money, we focus on savings, investments, and all these other things that are just about making sure that there's money sitting there. Ne? But what if there is another component that is over and above, that is more complex than just having money sitting there, that plays a direct role in our current lives, but many times we do not pay attention to that because it feels so painful whenever we have to take that money and pay for those things, because we attach pain to money leaving our account. And that is also another part that you need to heal. If you find yourself that whenever money has to leave your account, you feel a sense of pain, you feel bad, you feel some sort of way, a funny way whenever money leaves your account, you need to heal that, because it shows that you haven't understood the role of money. A role of money is not just to sit. That is not what it's supposed to do. You, like for an example, you are not going to buy a fridge for it to just sit and have nothing in it. You buy a fridge for a purpose. You buy a fridge because you understand that you want your food to be cool and thus stay fresher for longer. You buy a washing machine because you understand that you're tired of using your hands and thus you want an efficient way of doing laundry whereby you don't have to manually have to do it. You don't have to use your labor to wash your laundry. It will wash your laundry. You do not buy a washing machine just to keep it for decoration. You do not buy a TV to keep it for decoration. You buy a TV because you understand that you want to use it to watch things, to be informed. Everything that we spend our money on, everything that we accumulate or things that we buy them for a certain reason. And now when it comes to money, I want you to understand that in order for you to have those things, in order for you to have that washing machine, to have that car that you're driving and that you feel so bad every time you have to pay for, to have that house, that roof over your head that you feel so bad every time you have to pay rent for, I want you to remind yourself this. I wouldn't have this house, I wouldn't have this car, I wouldn't be able to efficiently drive in the comfort of my own car, in the comfort of my own space, whereby I do not have to rub shoulders with strangers when I'm going to work if I did not have money. Just let that sink in. Let that sink in. You wouldn't have that house whereby you can call it your own, whereby if you decide that you want to paint, anytime that you want to paint, you want to change something about your house, you wouldn't have it if you didn't have money to pay for it every month. Let that sink in. You wouldn't have that washing machine that you have. You wouldn't be able to wash laundry, a bunch of laundries every weekend. You know, the amount of laundry that we do every weekend, it's insane. You wouldn't be able to do that efficiently if you didn't have money to pay. Let's bring it down even further. If you didn't have money, you wouldn't have someone helping you with your child right now. You wouldn't have someone cleaning your house right now while you sit comfortably, or while you allocate your time in other things that bring in money, or while you are able to go to work so that you can bring in money. You wouldn't be able to efficiently do that. You literally would have to sit at home and stay with your child if, let's say, for instance, you didn't have someone helping you with your child. Or let's say, for instance, your child goes to school. You wouldn't be able to take your child to school if you didn't have money. And so the reason why I'm pointing out these things, and the reason why I'm saying let them sink in, is because you feel so bad whenever money is leaving your account. Why are you feeling so bad? Why are you feeling bad? It is because you haven't understand that money is a tool, and money is not for decoration. It is not there to sit in your account and look good or make you feel good. It is supposed to facilitate the life that you desire, because you understand, because once it facilitates the life that you desire, you can have peace. You can have some sense of freedom. You can have some sense of fulfillment, knowing that there are certain things that are taken care of, and the reason why they're taken care of is because of money. And so once you understand that money is a tool of trade, then you will not feel bad when it leaves your account, because you understand that it facilitates the life that you want. Without money, you wouldn't be living the life that you want. How many people wish that they had money so that they can do 1, 2, and 3? It's because they understand that without money, they cannot do 1, 2, and 3. Then why are you feeling bad when money is leaving your account doing exactly what you needed to do? What do you expect money to do? What did you think money is? It's not flowers. It's not supposed to decorate your house. It's not for decoration. It's not a vase. It's not a vase to decorate your account. It is a tool that is supposed to allow you to live the life that you want. You decide the life that you want, and then money facilitates that. So please stop feeling, and the reason why I'm saying this, the part of healing your relationship with money is understanding that it's a tool. It's not for decoration. And so stop feeling bad whenever your money leaves your account. And the reason why I'm saying this is that I want you to think every time when the money leaves your account, I want you to just think this every time. It is living because it is facilitating the life that I want. It is going to give me the things that I need. It allows me to live a life of peace. It allows me to be flexible. It allows me to have freedom. I'm able to go out with my friends because I know that I have someone taking care of my child. I'm able to pour into myself because this money allows me to do 1, 2, and 3 for myself. I'm able to have freedom of my time because this money allows me to do this. The moment you start approaching money that way, you start realizing that there's no need for you to just have money sitting in your bank account, and that every time money leaves your bank account, you feel like crying. Ne? Now let's dial it back. We're talking about how to keep money, and I said when it comes to keeping money, it is a form of you are putting money away for investments, you're putting money away for savings, you're putting money away so that it is there to secure your future or whatever things that may come up down the line. Ne? However, there's another element of keeping money that we don't talk about, and we never talk about this because we make pay. When I'm thinking about this point, I was just like, we have made paying for bills something that we shouldn't be doing. We have made paying for things something that we shouldn't be doing. Someone paying for their house, all of a sudden, something that I shouldn't be doing. Someone paying for rent, something that I shouldn't be doing. Oh, tell me, what are you supposed to be doing? You don't want to pay for rent? Okay, fine, go stay in the streets. Someone paying for their car. I shouldn't be paying for my car. Why am I paying so much for my car? What do you want to do? What do you want to do? Do you want to go and take public transport? Take it. But still, even there, you need money. You need money. And so we have made paying for things something that is bad instead of something that is good. And so I want us to claim that back. Let us claim that back. If we want to heal our relationship with money, let us claim that, so that we stop having these negative feelings towards money or the way that we approach money. So it's getting very dark. So I want to propose to you that what if keeping money is not just about having investments and savings, but what if keeping money is also allowing money to serve you, allow money to benefiting from money even when it's gone? And how do you do that? How is that possible? You having roof over your head right now, it is a basic human right. And you are able to access that right. You are able to have that dignity because you have money. It goes even further that now when you have access to more money, you get to decide what type of house or what type of shelter do I want. You can now increase the level in terms of, I want 3 bedrooms. I want an in-suite. I want this. I want, white cabinets, all that stuff. It is because of money. But now, even though that money you have paid for it, you pay for it each and every month, it leaves your account, né? But what if you are still keeping it because you are still keeping the benefit of that money in your life? I thought about this and I was like, damn, this is why it's important to not just look at money as just one-sided. And when you start looking at money holistically in the life that it affords you, you start appreciating it leaving your account. It leaving your account to do these things because you realize, I'm able to drive to work and in the privacy in my own space, whereby I do not have to sit next to a person who's busy covering their nose, or who is busy sneezing nonstop, or is busy coughing nonstop, and maybe are germophobic. You don't have to sit through that because why? You are in the comfort of your car. Now you pay for this car each and every month, or let's even say you've paid it off. You paying for that car or even paying it off, that is you keeping your money because you are still benefiting from the value of your money even when it has left your account. Even when it has left your account, even on the things such as debts, you guys, you are still benefiting from you paying for that bond. You're still benefiting from you paying for that loan. You're still benefiting from you paying for that car. Because why? Even though it has left your account, the money has left your account, but you are still benefiting from that car. You are still benefiting from that house. You're still benefiting from a dignified life whereby you are able to have water. You do not run out of water. You don't have issues since times whereby you don't have water because you haven't paid. You do not have instances whereby you do not have electricity because you haven't paid. And so we need to look at all these mediocre things or these small things that we take for granted as good things and look at the value of money there. And so what I'm proposing here is, what I'm suggesting to you is, don't just look at money as, if I'm keeping it, then I'm doing a good thing. But if it's leaving my account, then I'm doing a bad thing. Because even when it's leaving your bank account, what it's doing, you are still benefiting from it. When you're paying for the car, you are benefiting from you being able to drive to work comfortably. You having that shelter, you are benefiting, you pay for it. Yes, the money leaves your account. However, you are still keeping the benefits of it. And so I want us to look at it holistically so that we stop feeling bad whenever we have to pay for these things, because now we understand the value these things bring in our lives. The fact that we still continue to benefit from our money, even when we have paid for it months and months ago. So we've spoken about keeping money. Now let's talk about learning how to allocate our money. So we know how to make it. We know how to keep it. We also need to know how to best allocate it so that it can serve us. And when I say allocate it, I'm talking about the basic things. Sitting down and setting up a budget. Without having a plan for your money, it will just sit, or it will just go anyway. It will just go anyway. And so what we want is, we want to create a plan for our money. We want to create a plan that is clear, that we know that this is the path that we want our money to flow. It's like in a river, in a river, you may find that water is flowing from this one place, or it's flowing from here. As it flows down, it goes to different parts. It goes to different parts and fulfills certain things in those different parts. It enriches the ground in those parts. It allows trees and plants to grow so well in those parts. And so I want you to look at money in that way, that it comes from this one account and then it flows into these different things. Even when it's flowing out of your account, even when it's leaving your account, be mindful that it is going to facilitate the growth of a plant somewhere. It's going to allow you to have to maintain that shelter, because if you stop paying for that shelter, you may lose it and then you have to go to the streets. We do not want that. And so understand that you know that this is the pot, and from this plot it flows. I want you to approach money that way. Learn to understand that this is the pot, and from this pot, how do I best allocate my money so that it flows, and make sure that wherever that it is going, wherever that it is flowing to, it is able to nourish the ground that it hits. It nourishes the ground so that the trees, the plant that need to grow in that land can sprout, can grow, and thus I can benefit from it. Even though I'm using a metaphor, even though I'm using plants, but obviously this is money, it is not water, but it still does the same thing, whereby it will flow to certain parts of your life, whereby it allows certain things to grow. It allows certain things to be there, so that they are not taken away from you. If you stop paying for your car, the bank will repossess it. And so I want to keep it there and nourish it. Then it allows, you have money for maintenance of that house. You have money for maintenance of your car. This allows you to make sure that your car is still running effectively, so that you can maintain and still continue to benefit from it. So it's important to know how to best allocate your money so that it can work for you, so that I can do the things that you want. Without you knowing how to best allocate it, that it will just flow, it'll just go, and wherever that it lands, you may not like. So make sure that you understand how to best allocate your money. And here we're talking about basics of budgeting. Ne? And then the last thing is learning how to grow your money. We spoke about keeping your money. Now, keeping your money is just one aspect of saying, okay, I'm keeping my money. But once you have kept it, especially the ones whereby you are keeping it with you, whereby you are able to see it, that I've got 1,000 grand here, I've got 2,000 grand here, I've got this. I want you to then also you take it further when it comes to learning about money, to say, okay, as much as I have this money with me, how can I best use it so that it can grow? Whenever we buy a plant, we don't buy a plant so that it can just sit dormant and not grow. We buy a plant because we want to nurture it so that it can grow, so that it can be this big plant. And what we do in the process, we water it, we prune it, we take care of it, we make sure it gets the sun if it's those type of plants, we make sure that it is out of the sun if it's not the type of a plant, because we understand that for it to grow, you need to know where to put it. And so now we're talking about investments. What are investments that I can put my money on where it can grow? So learn about those things. There are many platforms there where you can put your money where it can grow. Even with the banks, there are platforms that they provide where you can put your money where it can grow. So these are things that I just want you to be mindful of whenever you are healing your relationship with money. I've spoken a lot, but the last few parts that I've spoken about when it comes to healing your relationship with money are very, very important when it comes to you understanding how money works and healing your relationship with money. And so I'm hoping that you found value in this video. I'm hoping that this video was eye-opening. I'm hoping that you use this video to facilitate you in your journey when it comes to your finances. This is not financial advice. This is not just me sharing my insights, my thinking, with hopes that it inspires you, with hopes that it encourages you to keep going in your financial journey. With that being said, I'll see you guys on the next one. Please make sure that you take care of yourself. Bye.